Configuration is a kind of design that assigns values to variables to satisfy certain constraints. Design in general can be very complex and sometimes very creative. Configuration is a kind of very routine design, the kind of everyday, mundane design, which is very, very common. While in design, in the beginning, you do not know what the components or the arrangement of components looks like. In configuration, you already know all the components, you simply have to figure out an arrangement that will satisfy some constraints. As an example, consider the furniture in the room in which you are sitting right now. All the components, all the pieces of furniture are already known. The room is fixed, you can't change the room either, but you certainly can move the furniture around. There might be some constraints. For example, if the room has a couch and a TV, then you might impose a constraint that the couch must be in front of the TV and a certain number of feet away from it. Given the constraint that all the furniture must somehow fit into the room, as well as the constraint that the TV must be in front of the couch, you might first decide to place the TV and the couch in specific locations. And then, having decided on the location of the TV and the couch, decide on the location of the other pieces of furniture. David, given that configuration is so common, can you think of other examples?
So it seems like we could talk a lot about the physical arrangement of things in different types of rooms. For example, when an airline configures a new airplane, they have to configure the arrangement of the seats, the arrangement of the window, the arrangement of the emergency exits, and various things like that. But I think configuration really goes beyond just configuring the physical layout of items. So when I'm taking a picture with my camera phone, for example, I have to configure different options like the focus, whether or not the flash is on, my distance to what I'm taking a picture of, and a few other different things like that. In doing so, I'm still balancing different restrictions. So for example, if I'm taking a picture of a landmark, I can only be so close to it. And therefore, I might need to make different decisions based on the focus or the flash in order to afford for how far I can be from the landmark.
Design in general is a very common information processing activity, and configuration is the most common kind of design. Now that we have looked at the definition of the configuration task, we're going to look at methods for addressing that task. Once again, recall that the components in case of configuration are already known. We are deciding on the arrangement of those components by assigning values to specific variables of those components, for example, sizes.